G'day, Will. Welcome back. You've been part of the Wallaby setup for quite a while over the last couple of seasons, spring tours, but first time you've been on Australian shores with the Wallaby squad for quite a while, right?
Yeah, it's been a year since 2016 was my last campaign. I did the spring tour then, but yeah, I haven't been back home in the training kit for a while, so yeah, it's nice to be back in Sanctuary Cove.
Can you just tell me, we'll get to France and La Rochelle in a little while, I'm sure, but what's the real benefit of a training camp rather than just being parachuted in, when you've got a test match a couple of days later?
I think it's going to benefit us a lot because Eddie's obviously new to the Wallaby setup. He'd have different calls and different systems, different way of playing. So just to get us all in and get around it, and also we've got a few young boys too in the team. So it'll be good prep for Pretoria next week.
Yeah. Are you feeling fresh, or do you feel like you've needed a holiday? Like, it's been a heck of a long season for you and another title. Congratulations. How are you feeling though?
I feel good. Yeah, I'm feeling quite fresh. We had a week off, had almost like a travel week back to Sydney from France. But top footing's long, Europe's long, but you get little breaks in between. And I'm well looked after there at La Rochelle. So now the body's feeling good. The training's intense here, so hopefully I last and I'm ready to play next week.
I'll let the guys jump in a second. What's the big difference you've noticed in the first day or two with the Wallaby setup and the training setup compared to in France?
I think just the intensity. I think being in this environment, you've got to be ready from the start. First unit session yesterday, we went live, so we've got to get your head around that. At club level, you can ease into training. You've got 20-odd games of the season, whereas here it's short, sharp, get in, get out. So we've got to make sure that our details on point and we're training to be the best we can.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Anything else online, guys?
Yeah, hi, Will. Tony Harper from the Raw here.
Hey, Tony.
I'd like to know how you kind of assess your Wallabies, kind of what you've done in the Wallabies jersey so far in your career. How does that kind of stack up to your expectations?
Yeah, I probably have had a lot of opportunity in the jersey. Probably not taken the best step forward, I think, in my personal opinion, performance-wise. But yeah, no, it's obviously a different opportunity now for me to come over here and inject a bit of experience now, a bit of wisdom. I'm a bit older now as well, and see where I can add to this team going forward.
Did you have frustrations with the way that you were used by Dave on those spring tours, and kind of did you understand the situation there, like in and out and coming on as a replacement at times? Like, how did that kind of sit with you?
I didn't really mind, mate. He had a plan. I thought in all those games we played, we were 1 point, 2 points off, so there was moments in the game we could have clutched it. But for me, yeah, I'm happy to start. I'm happy to come off the bench, whatever's best for the team.
Another 5 minutes online, guys. Sorry about it.
Yeah, just further to that, is it going to be a big help, do you think, mate, being with the team now for a couple of months? Last couple of times you've been involved with the team, obviously, but coming in late, I suppose, and they'd already been halfway through a campaign. Do you think that just these couple of months is going to be really good for you?
Yeah, for sure. I think just in terms of detail, knowing my role, learning the plays, I've got a lot more time now, and I guess it's a lot easier because we're all learning. It's all new to us. We've got to fast track everything Eddie wants us to take in this 4-day camp. We've had guys working hard for the last 2-3 weeks in the satellite camps, and we're coming now and try to raise that standard as well. So it's always nice to be together and building those connections for what's going to be a tough 4 tests before the World Cup, 4 or 5 tests before the World Cup.
And apologies if you got asked this, mate, but can you just reflect on 2015? There was obviously that injury for you. That must have been gutting to kind of seeing as the boys went on and did well too.
No, yeah, there was I've got fond memories of that camp. We had that whole season, Shorten Rugby Champ. We went over to America. I was in Fat Camp with Drew Mitchell. We had a lot of fun. We worked hard for each other. And then I think I played maybe 10 minutes off the pitch against Fiji, and then 45 minutes I tore my pec against Uruguay. So that was my campaign over. But you're always there to support the boys. I went home, had surgery, and I got Chick rang me like on the Tuesday before the final, and he said we're flying over, Wycliffe Palu and I. So we still felt like we were involved. Gutted to not finish how we wanted to, but reflecting on that, it was the World Cup. It's a special experience as a rugby player. It's the pinnacle of our sport. It's where you want to be.
And sorry, just one last one from Melbourne. You've been part of winning environments basically the last 5 or 6 years, collecting silverware. You look at this Wallabies route and Eddie in charge, do you see the potential for that to be a winning environment? Do you seem to have kind of a good knowledge, a good grasp of what it takes to win titles?
I think we've got all the ingredients. I think Eddie selected a squad with youth, experience, edge. I think that's what's needed to win the big games. In my experience, I think we've got the cattle. It's about putting it out on the training paddock and then executing on Saturday night. But it's exciting times now for us. Where as a group we're building our connections, building our relationships, because we know that's what's gonna take us to that next level.
What do you mean by edge?
Edge is being tough, being at training, having not letting guys go through in contact. It's competing every set, every maul, every scrum, and that starts at training, and that will transfer to the field on the Saturday night or Sunday Arbor that we play.
Last one online, guys, and then we'll shut this off.
Will, just Richie Arnold, you probably know him better than most people because you played against him most recently in the final. What can he offer, and do you think that French experience playing in big championship cup games, that can't be underestimated?
Richie's a pest. He's on the rugby field, he's a nuisance. In the lineup particularly, he's a menace. Also, he's physical. He has that edge. His knowledge of the game is up there as well with the best of them. But no, he's a great guy. I've played a lot against Richie. I think I'm bloody 0-9 against Richie and his brother at Toulouse. So that's not nice to hear every time the boys mention it in camp. But no, I'm happy that Richie's here because he deserves it. He's been playing world-class rugby over at Toulouse, and hopefully he brings that experience and that form into the gold jersey.